As I'm sitting down to film this, today is Wednesday, October 25th, which means that November is literally next week. And with November, we know that that brings NaNoWriMo. And oh my goodness, I really want to participate this year. I literally just got back into town last night. I just became an aunt, so I was visiting my new niece. And while I was on that trip, I was thinking about what I wanted to do for Nano. And the hard part is that every single year, NaNoWriMo is the month. In reality, it's November is the month that I always want to write something new. I love the energy of NaNoWriMo, and it feels like there's such a strong online community of writers trying to write their book. Well, that would be books plural, I guess. I feel like I work really, really hard on DE, it feels like, every single year for 11 months out of the year, and then November comes around and it's like my opportunity to work on something else. This year, I'm not going to start a new project. As much as I would like to, I've thought about it. I've honestly talked to my therapist about whether or not I should start a new project or if I should just keep leaning into finishing draft 6 of Project DE. And she was like, I really want you to be able to start something new, but don't. She's heard me talk about the same project for years now, and it's still very much time that I'm done with this book. So for those of you that are not familiar, NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month, which happens every year in November. It's an organization with a website where you can basically track your word count in an attempt to write 50,000 words of a new story, theoretically, during the month of November, because for most people, the blank page is the hardest part, starting something is the hardest part, and then after you have those 50,000 words written, you can either go in and write more, or you can go back and edit those things and kind of add more in as needed. I have participated in NaNoWriMo 4 or 5 times now, and I believe I've won officially once. I've also made advice videos on how to win NaNoWriMo, both in strategy and just in getting your story ready enough before the month begins, even though we are kind of pushing it right now. And if you want to check any of those out, you can here. So that all being said, 50,000 words of a new story, I very much have like shiny idea syndrome right now where I want to work on something new. I just want to leave DE and just, embark on a new project. But we all know that that's probably not the best idea for me. As much fun as it sounds, I know that that would probably derail me for months, and it's not what I want to be doing right now. As much fun as it sounds like, I know that I should be working on DE. I'm still working on draft 6 of my high fantasy project that I call Project DE. It's told from 3 points of view. There's magic and dragons, and it's just a great time. I've just been working on this project for what feels like forever. I do feel like a lot of what I've been working on over the last several years has been world building, and so I do believe that this story is going to end up being a trilogy, which is then at least helpful that I've laid a lot of the groundwork for world building for books 2 and 3. But the first step in the process is still to finish draft 6, get it out and queried, all those fun things. I don't think that draft 6 is going to be the last draft. I do believe that there will be a draft 7, and hopefully draft 7 is just like a proofread, reading through it, making sure I didn't miss anything, probably fixing some more wording things, which is what a lot of draft 6 has felt like so far, is really focusing in on like the line edits, which is so freaking fun. I love this stage where I can just like make it more of what it feels like in my head. But I'm going to be reworking my NaNoWriMo goal this year to accommodate my editing. So my goal for NaNoWriMo is to edit 50,000 words during the month of November. The 50,000 words averages out to be like 1,667 words a day. I do not write every day. I'm not expecting to write every day or edit every day, I guess. But it is really nice to know that that's what I'm shooting for and that's what I should be hitting every single day. But if I get up closer to 2,000 words, then I only need to edit like 25 of the days and not all 30. I would really like to finish as much as I possibly can during the month of November, and then I would like to finish draft 6 during December. Ideally do my last read through or my proofread of draft 7 in December, and then potentially start querying come January. And I say that because I don't remember who it was, but I was talking to another writer probably several months ago, and they said that querying gets really slow and you can get buried really easily in querying stacks if you query after like partway through October. And if that's kind of the time frame that you're getting closer to, that you should just wait until January. And as much as I would love to be done sooner than that, I do think that January is a much more realistic goal for me at this point in time. If you missed my 1-year self-employed update video, I did stop freelancing, which has cleared up a lot of creative energy for me, which is really exciting. And I have finally gotten a bunch of characters named, which was huge because I know I'm in draft 6 and like I had 11-ish characters that didn't have names yet. And so thankfully I finally have character names. I don't feel blocked on naming characters right now. And I know that things are going to read so much more smoothly with characters and places that actually have names rather than like my placeholders, which were like forest and certain groupings of letters that weren't a name just to like placehold for an eventual name, which I have now swapped into my document. So at least that's exciting and feels like a lot of progress. I have recorded the first episode of my podcast, so I'm feeling a lot of excitement around the podcast right now and working towards that, which is another creative endeavor. And I just feel like stopping freelancing is opening up a lot more of my creativity, or at least making it so that I'm not procrastinating as much, so that now I can spend that time when I would have been procrastinating working towards my creative goals, which for the month of November is editing 50,000 words of Project DE and hopefully getting to film a couple more podcast episodes and just trying to get a lot done creatively. Let me know down in the comments below if you are participating in Nano this year, and if you are, what you are going to be working on. Good luck and happy writing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Sara Lubratt, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!